We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. And Jay, these guys are ready to battle.
Ed, when you look down on the court, you see their eyes, that burning passion to play this game. Intensity is going to be off the charts. This is why you play the game. Let's go check it out.
There's nothing like the pressure, the tension, the feeling before the tip. Houston controls the tap. And he's going to the line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Russell Westbrook, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
I like that.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Harkless. To Beverly. George on the drive, but his shot misses.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Beverly into the front court, trailing by 4. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Harden against George. Oh, he was smothered and still gets it to go down. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden in possession, up by 6. To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Capella. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Leonard to Beverly. They'll get it down to Leonard. Harkless. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
It's in the hands of Harden. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Westbrook. Harden. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Patrick Beverly missed his first. That one goes.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Russell Westbrook, defended by Harkless. Russell Westbrook powers it through.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beverly into the front court. 10-4 is the score. To Leonard. And scores. Nice move, Jay.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Short jumper won't go down. Leonard. Clint Capella. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Houston with the basketball. Tucker. Down to Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Harden with the basketball. 12-6 our score. Westbrook. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in L.A. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in L.A. now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Houston.
Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Westbrook. Not going down here. Beverley into the front court. The score 12-8. JaMychal Green matched up with P.J. Tucker. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Tucker down low for Aldridge. For 3, and the rebound comes down to Green. Beverley into the front court. Shot clock's off as they search for a final bucket. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires with the Rockets in front. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
To Williams. Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Cephalosha up against Patterson. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Lou Williams at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Rivers into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Tucker to Rivers. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Missed the second one as well. It's Rockets ball. Austin Rivers to Gerald Green. Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. Tucker with a shot that won't go. Williams into the front court. Up by 3. Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely, but everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's the second time in his career he's been named 6th Man of the Year, and that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. They're down 3. Deep left corner. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Lets it fly from long range. Contested. No problem. Gerald Green with the 3.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
George to Williams. Here comes the screen. Williams. No good. That's great defense. Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. To Rivers. From the painted area, won't go down. It's L.A. Clippers ball. To Williams. Probing the defense. Gerald Green. Cephalosha up against Patterson. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Strong finisher, Paul George. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Harden to Capella. Clint Capella. He's 2 for 2 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Harkless. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Harden with it up top. Down a point. The jumper's off the mark. George matched up with P.J. Tucker. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Capella against George. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Harden. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Beverly. To Leonard. He's looking for that touch. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. James Harden. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
George knocks it down from mid-range. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Harden. Jumper's good.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
The rebound belongs to Houston. Deep three at the buzzer. Good. A three at the buzzer. Everything going right so far as they've extended the lead. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Rockets with the lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Rockets entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Clippers have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Three-point shooting. Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. No good. Patrick Beverly sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Leonard. Oh, he had it. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 for 7.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Harden in possession. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. McLemore defended by Harkless. To Rivers. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down 3. To Leonard. Beverly to Paul George. Has a look. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Here comes the screen. Harden to Rivers. Mo Harkless rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To George. Fires the 3, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To P.J. Tucker. Flushes it home.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
George matched up with Harden. Down low for Leonard. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Harden matched up with Paul George. James Harden looking good. 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Harkless. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Mike D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups. Harkless trying to cash in on the three-point play. He wants this number up. 60% career free throw shooter. Free throws up and perfect. And now Houston has the basketball. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Cleaning the offensive glass. Paul George. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Westbrook to Harden. Here comes the screen. James Harden. And it's Beverly there to grab the rebound. Leonard to Paul George. And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Harden in possession. The deficit now up to 5. To Westbrook. Harden to Westbrook. Down to 5 on the 24. Westbrook. Clippers have the basketball. George lets it fly. Add 2 points to the board.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 1-on-1. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Clippers have it. Beverly to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. With that, he's 5 for 9.
And remember, Ed, they trailed at the halftime. This is not the same team that we saw in the first half. Playing with a new zest for life, apparently.
Here comes the screen to P.J. Tucker. They'll get it down to Davis. Good look that time, but off the mark. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Deontay Davis has got 2 shots coming. Career mark of 64%. Off the mark on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. Here's Leonard for 2. Down by Davis. Rivers with the basketball. His guys down by 9. Cephalosha here against Harkless. To P.J. Tucker. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Tucker fires the 3. Won't go down. Beverly. And he hits. Desperation shot here from half court. That ends the third quarter. And a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. The third quarter was a disaster. Remember, they led at halftime, and now they find themselves down big.
And when things get bad, they get bad in a hurry. But you have to remember, this is a game of runs. They had theirs, now it's time for yours.
Beverly into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Kawhi Leonard. And he hits.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Westbrook to Capella. Clint Capella. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Leonard to George. They'll get it down to Leonard. Shot from the lane won't go. Gets it in the right corner. Tucker to Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook picked up by Patrick Patterson. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook, and he drains it.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Leonard. Short jumper won't go down. Harden into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he can't convert the free throw. Beverly into the front court. Leads 5. To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Whoa! What a finish!
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands get in there, strip that ball away.
That's no good. Another follow, still no good. Another follow, no good. Kawhi Leonard, Capella's on him. To Harkless. Houston takes over. Knocked loose. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Beverly To Leonard. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
It was right there. Here's Leonard for two. And he buries it. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. That's their first of the... That leaves them with one remaining.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Russell Westbrook, defended by Harkless. Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Tucker. To Capella. Knocked loose. High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession. Going the other way. Beverly. And the rebound pulled in by Capella. Trying to cash in. McLemore unable to hit. It's LA Clippers ball to Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Takes stock of the floor. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Kawhi Leonard, keep on trying.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Leonard, now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Russ at the controls. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
George against Harden. To Leonard. to shoot. Paul George, 4-2. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook here against Tarkless. And the finish at the rim.
The defender needs to do it better there.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the... Substitution being made in this one. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Rebound taken down by Harkless. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win a close one by 2. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers emerged victorious after a tight finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Rockets are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Paul George could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.